So, an absolute bombshell dropped, showcasing proof that AH did indeed attack an ex girlfriend with a bottle opener, slashing her dress to ribbons. That's right. This is absolutely insane, too, because AH and everyone around her came out and denied this happened. The mainstream media, they went after the people that reported, saying that it was nothing more than salacious rumor. None of this could be true. Well, guess what? House and Habit decided they are going to respond to it. Again, they respond with proof. Oh, and did I mention that there are text messages to go with this as well? Yes, that's right. We not only have picture proof backing up a story, but we have text messages in the aftermath of all of this. Make sure you share this everywhere. You're going to want to watch all of this to do all of it here. I mean, it is a bombshell, like I said. Oh, crazy times here, huh? Crazy times indeed. Right. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. Talk about an absolute bombshell and an unexpected one at that. We are talking about proof being added to the following statement. Quote, she grabbed me by the neck, started to slash my dress with a wine opener like a maniac, screaming that she was going to bleep my neck for bleeping her boyfriend. Now, the original report came to us from One House in Habit. You should definitely check that out too. If you haven't, you can find it out either through House in Habit. Just look up that in Substack, or you can look up Jessica Reed Krause.substack.com. Like I said, you should definitely check it out. AH answers this too. Her mouthpiece on social media puts out denials, attacks, and hard going after House and Habit. Also, her PR team, I mean, they go hard. They have a lot of articles that land in the mainstream media. So you have House and Habit answer this with what she says is proof. And well, it looks like it backs it up pretty well. Now, what's interesting about this is that you have other proof that pops up as well. Like she talks about a Gatsby themed party where all of this happens. Well, guess what? You have a certain Rocket Man saying, yeah, I did have a Gatsby themed party once. He talked about that in an interview. Didn't say much about what went on, but still, that's interesting. Also, there are other sources coming out on Instagram confirming some of the things that have come up in this article. They're saying that it's legit. We're talking about partying that is out of control, volatility from AH, blackmail. I mean, we're talking about a relationship that grows, it spins out of control with the Rocket Man, AH, and an X. The X is important in all of this. Her name, she'll go by Gia. And all of this, it breaks down where we're going to hear about this dress. And this is very important. Listen to this part here. A Gatsby themed party in San Francisco is where it all came crashing to a head. Elon invited and encouraged Gia to come. She arrived in a beautiful beaded 1920s style gown with a handsome Hollywood date on her arm. She remembers the dress in loving detail. Again, the dress is very important for what we're talking about. A pale pink, low swooping back, hand beaded bodice, delicate but sexy. She was under the impression that AH would not be at this event. She knew that the Rocket Man and she had broken up and things had gotten increasingly ugly after the Australian incident, so she was stunned to hear her name called from atop a staircase by AH above her as she was greeting people at a bar below. She says that AH spotted the actor she brought as her date, infuriated her, triggering a volatile attack in front of a room full of people. So this is what the statements that were added here too. We're almost done with this. Like I said, it's all important. God, he was cute. Haha. Because I was into him, she flipped out because I brought a guy, especially him. Nobody is allowed to play with her things. She didn't give two F's about me. It was just one of her toys at the bottom of the chest, and as soon as someone else is playing with it, they want it all back. That's her. So it's about control, mainly. Haha, she's like Veruca Salt. I want it now. Yes. From there, we have the tale of the shredded dress, where, quote, she, being AH, of course, grabs me by the neck, started slashing my dress with a wine opener like a maniac, screaming that she was going to bleep my neck for bleeping my boyfriend. It took a friend of AH to finally pull her off of Gia away from the bar, but the shredded dress marked an indefinite end to whatever lingering infatuation still remained. 23 days after the original article post. The original, it posts on the 3rd. The follow up, it posts on the 26th. You have proof, bombshell proof, drop in the form of pictures and text. As far as the pictures are concerned, you have pictures of the dress. So this is exactly what it looks like. What we're talking about it being modeled after. Again, 1920s style in the remnants of said dress. I mean, when you look at these two, it is a mess. I mean, you can see all of the marks around the legs. You can see it all the way down from bottom to top. So she made an absolute mess of it. Again, when she said that she attacked her with a wine opener, she wasn't joking. I mean, she went to town. Now, on top of that are the texts. And the texts, they are fascinating. Remember, you have Gia in the blue and you have AH in the white. And I feel like, yeah, we're missing a few things here. But AH, the other night, was truly awful and horrifying for me. I left when I did, not out of guilt, but because you were so hurtful after I thought we could resolve things. Previous to that, I was name called, had insults hurled at me, had my character completely attacked with being accused of being numerous horrible things, which I'm not, and my dress completely ripped off, told the F off, even after I basically groveled and repeatedly apologized to try to reassure you of my feelings for you. When I'm told to F off, I usually listen. That seems to be the MO we heard from JD and others as well. They apologize after she does something. So their reaction is to try to calm her down. They're always trying to de-escalate. I don't give a about anyone else at the party but you. Sadly, doesn't even matter because you chose to put your hands over your ears and tune me out because you made up your mind. Let me tell you that it cuts here. We have kids. That's it. I don't care if you believe me at this point. Anyways, it's BS. If you want to see me, great. If you want to text me your rubbish banter, don't bother. Carry on. Seriously, you're acting so weird. When you get over yourself and quit acting bleeping crazy, let me know. Now, this is the response supposedly from AH. Ha! Might be a while. Look, you don't deserve all that. I'm sorry. I was just hurt by being surprised by you being there. It hurts, that's all. So again, we heard in the trial that kind of stuff right there. Well, it's not a denial. Therefore, it all happened, right? Doesn't matter unless, of course, you happen to find yourself at some random party that you were invited to by some stranger in the form of, I don't know, say in your words, an overindulgent, rich, sociopathic billionaire to whom I am surprised and impressed you are now attempting at bonding with. Wow. Well, gotta hand it to you. Where I was not expected to be is a great place to start, so this is a party there, but how could you resist with so much in common? By the way, Elon is, you see the correction here, single. You should go for him. He is the king for a nice girl. Focus on that. He needs a good girl who is able to accept and follow. You don't have to lie and manipulate. So again, you have follow up on this story. You have House and Habit taking the chance she could actually be sued over this stuff. Like I said, it is bombshell showing. Yes, she did indeed attack somebody whom, I mean, this is spicy. And we're just getting started on these stories.